Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
Hello? Yes, it's me.
it's you. Who are you?
Yes, I'm Rahim.
Rahim. You are Rahim.
Yes,
Are you the one
yes.
who opened your camera for me before?
What?
Are you the one who opened your camera for me before?
No,
No. Okay. What do you want, Rahim? What do you want to say?
I
Are,
want you
aren't
to
you the one who
translate.
said to me F you just 2 days ago?
Yes,
Why you said to me F you? Are you a gay?
no,
So why you said to me F you? What if you are speaking to a gay and he said, okay, let's do it?
I don't know.
Okay. So I advise you next time, if you want to say F you, say it to someone he like
Okay,
it, so you can do it with him. Obviously you like
okay,
it. Because
sorry,
when you say to a
sorry.
man F you, obviously you like to F a man. And that means you
Okay,
are
sorry.
okay, you are sorry. That's good. Okay, what do you want to say to me, Rahim?
I want you to translate a hadith for me.
I want you to translate a hadith for me. Okay, what hadith is that?
Yes, I'll send you.
Okay, send me.
Have you seen these word counts? I've sent you.
The link, is that the link you'll send me?
No. Just I'll send you. Just wait.
Okay, but promise me that the hadith does not have FU. Does it have FU?
No,
Okay, because there is a prophet, your prophet, he said FU, by the way. Do you want to see it? I can show it to you.
no.
Okay, no problem. How is your dad doing?
Good.
No, and your mom, they are fine?
Yes,
Okay, don't forget, please, before you go to sleep, brush your teeth. Now, where is the hadith?
yes, yes. Wait. I'll send.
Hmm. Okay, my friend, when you find it, call me back because there's some Abdul trying to call me.
No. I'll send it. I'll send it.
You found it? Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Yes. To go to hadith 124.
Okay. One hadith,
100.
124. Okay.
Yes.
What
Please translate it
124 is
for me.
saying? What is that? Let us see. 124. Okay. Let us see. حدثنا غندر عن شعبة عن etc. عن أبي قال كنت آخذ بلجام دابة عبد الله فقال أنتم دمتم البيت فلم تدعوا حجرا على حجر قال ونحن على الإسلام قال وأنتم على الإسلام ثم قال ماذا قال ثم يبنى أحسن ما كان فإذا رأيت مكة قد بعجت كأظائم ورأيت البناء يعلو رؤوس الجبال فاعلم أن الأمر قد أظلك. Okay, what is that?
What does it say?
Is that Sahih Hadith? Is that Sahih Hadith?
It is the most earliest written hadith.
Okay, who's talking there?
Muhammad.
Where it says Muhammad?
This hadith.
Where it says Muhammad? Where it says Muhammad? Why you are laughing? Where it says Muhammad? Abdul, where it says Muhammad? You are a donkey. And same time, look what it says.
Hadith.
Hold on. He said, كيف أنتم إذ هدمتم البيت? Did they destroy the Kaaba?
No.
Okay. What do you mean? What do you mean? No.
Can...
It says, كيف أنتم إذ هدمتم البيت? How are you if you destroy the house? And then you do not let a place of a rock on the top of other rock. Did they destroy the house? This is what the hadith is saying in front of you. Are you stupid or what? Did they destroy the house or the Kaaba? Did they destroy the Kaaba?
You translate
did the Muslims destroy the Kaaba? The hadith in front of you. This is the hadith you gave me, you idiot. What's wrong with you? This is the hadith in front of me. And first of all, it does not mention the name of Muhammad. Secondly, it says that you Muslim destroy the Kaaba. Did you?
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
I agree. The Muslim destroyed the Kaaba many times. You never heard of Al-Qurtubi?
Yes.
You never heard of Al-Hajjaj? Didn't they destroy the Kaaba? Isn't it Al-Qurtubi? Yes. He took the black stone?
Yes.
Okay, so the Kaaba been destroyed. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Thank you very much. That's mean the story in the Quran is a lie. Because the Quran says if somebody tried to destroy the Kaaba, Allah will send birds to destroy the one who would destroy the Kaaba. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Allah is a liar, Muhammad is a liar, and you gave me a hadith to prove that Muhammad is a liar. So why you are happy?
No. Can you just translate the whole hadith?
I just translated the hadith for you. It says that the Kaaba will be destroyed, and you Muslims will destroy it. The Muslims, and you are a Muslim. And then Al-Qurtubi, he destroyed it, and this is true. And then we find that Muhammad in the Quran says, there's a chapter is called the chapter of the elephant. If an army came to destroy the Kaaba, Allah will send birds F-16, they carry stones, and they destroy the one who they are there. Now, same time, here it says, if you see Mecca became shiny and became like with high building, and then you know, you should, like, it's like the judgment day that come, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
but
miraculous,
here,
right?
but this no, you just proved to me that Muhammad is a false prophet. Hold on, because here we go. The Kaaba is shiny. The Kaaba is shiny. Hold on, the Kaaba is shiny for more than 70 years since the oil came, and the high buildings are there, and the judgment day did not come. So your prophet is a false prophet again.
Hadith can also be found in the book of Mecca.
My friend, no problem.
No,
is the judgment day is here? Here we go. The Kaaba is shiny, and they have high building. Hold on. Have a high building, and yet there's no judgment day. So your prophet is a false prophet.
No, he's saying it's near.
It's near. Well, he said in the Quran, the moon is split and the judgment is near since 1400 years ago.
No, he's saying for Allah it is near, and for us it is very. No, for Allah it is near, and for us.
So is it for
far.
When Allah he says the judgment day is near, he's speaking to himself? He's saying the judgment day is near for me, not for you? No, he's saying that to you. Don't lie.
How many times in the Bible?
Abdul, isn't it this is the hadith in front of you? Isn't it this is the hadith in front? Hold on, isn't it the hadith in front of you?
This is the moon split.
Same time. Where is the buildings in the top of the high mountains around the Kaaba? Do we have high mountains around the Kaaba? We have small mountains. They have small hills actually. Where is the high mountains around the Kaaba? Abu Qabais? It's a small hill. So Muhammad here, the one who fabricated this hadith, even do not know what is in Mecca. What is the high mountain? It says Ya li ru'us al-jibal. What is the mountains in the top of the mountains building? Where are they?
I don't know.
You don't know. No, you are the one who gave me this hadith, and we will laugh at you until you tell me what do you know. Here we go. It says the high building will be in the top of the high mountain. Where is the mountains which high around Mecca? How high those mountains?
As it would suppress.
Do we have high mountains around Mecca?
Buildings would suppress the mountains.
Suppress what? Suppress? Where is the mountains? What is the mountain? Name for me the mountains around Mecca. Jabal Abu Qabais, the one who get pregnant with the black stone. It's a small tiny hill. It's not a mountain. Where is the mountains? You have Himalaya.
There's mountains around Kaaba.
Those are mountains. Those are not mountains. Those are small tiny hills. We can go right now and see Mecca. Let us go to Google Earth. All right. Or we can go and look at pictures of Google. Hold on. Everybody will laugh. So you gave me what you claim it is, and by the way, it does not even mention the name of your prophet there, but we will go with that.
It can be found in the book of Mecca.
Hold on. Let us laugh together.
Muhammad said it.
Don't be sorry for bringing me this hadith. You are the one who brought it to yourself, so we will laugh. Okay. All right. This is Mecca. Let us show the city and what is around it. I will show the picture which is showing. There's no real mountains, it's small hills. Let us see. Maybe I should go to Google Earth and we see. And there's nobody building high building in the top of them. The buildings are down in Mecca, not in the high mountain. Hold on. Everybody will laugh at you in a second. Okay. Let us see. This is maybe it's better to go to Google Earth. Hold on. Let us see. Google Earth. All right. Do you see my screen? I will put it for you in the screen.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, have you seen my posts?
My friend, I don't
My
see.
messages
I don't see you, all
in
of
the
you.
morning.
I cannot see you, all of you,
Why?
because you are too short. I don't know. I don't know. Now this is Mecca. Look with me in the screen. Let me show you the screen. Okay. Where is the mountains around Mecca? Do you see mountains?
I'm not seeing it yet.
Well, this is the screen in front of me. This is the Kaaba.
Yes,
Where is the
see.
mountains? There is small tiny hills. They are not mountains. And where is the building in the top of the high mountains, where we can find them?
It says the buildings would suppress the mountains.
The what mountains? There's no mountains. Those are small tiny hills. They are not mountains. It's a small desert. There's no mountains here. Where the places where it's high, we can say it's high. It's far away from the Kaaba, and there's no buildings. Here we go. As an example, this one. You can tell from the pictures. The buildings are down. Do you see the buildings? Here we go. They are down in the valley. They are not in the mountain.
The buildings of Mecca. No, the buildings of
This is Mecca, my friend. This is Mecca. This is Mecca. Here we go. You see, all the houses, all the houses are down. Okay, now, so now you prove to us, that your prophet is a false prophet, because he predicted if buildings are high in Mecca, this will be the judgment day, and the buildings are high in Mecca since more than 50 years ago. So this is a big fat sign, big fat lie your prophet he made. You have to admit now.
No.
So where the judgment day?
No.
Where is the judgment day?
It's coming close.
When?
Muhammad even says that the Arabs would build tall buildings and who can build
the Arab have high buildings since long time ago. You never saw the pictures of Yemen, my friend? Don't you know Yemen? You never heard of Yemen? Don't you know Yemen? Hold on. Don't you know that Yemen? Do you want to show you the buildings in Yemen? Building in Yemen are high buildings long time ago. So there's nothing new. The Arab, they build high buildings since long time ago. In the time of Muhammad, before Muhammad, thousands of years before Muhammad.
Have you ever heard of Dubai?
Abdul.
Muhammad says will be competing to who can build the tallest building.
Okay, let me show you the hadith, because this hadith proved again that Muhammad
there's thousands of
okay, hold on. No, this hadith, the one you mentioned to me about you said Dubai, right? Okay, here we go. Let me find it so everybody will laugh. Okay. There we go. This is the hadith your prophet he mentioned. It says here, the judgment day will not come until the following things. Read with me carefully. The hour will not establish until two big groups fight each other, whereupon there will be great number of casualty on both sides, and they will be following one and the same religion and doctrine. That's mean there is a group that will be victorious, and there is only one religion in the whole world. And then second, tell about don't shut up. This is your prophet say, respect your prophet. Shut up. Tell about 30 Dajjals, liars. 30 Dajjals. There's 30. There's 30 Dajjals. Okay, hold on. And each one of them, hold on, Abdul. And each one of them will claim that he is Allah. And shut up. And each one of them, he will claim that he is Allah messenger. Let us continue. Then hold on. Till the religious knowledge is taken away, so no Muslim will be left, no scholars will be left. All Muslims have no scholars. There's no Muslims. All Muslims are gone. Shut up. Earthquake. Hold on. Earthquake will increase. Shut up. Time will pass quickly. Affiliation will appear. Al-harj, which mean like people, they will start killing each other, etc. They will increase. And till the wealth will be abundance. How wealth will be abundance if people are killing each other? That will be funny. So abundant that a wealthy person will worry. last nobody should
My
accept
friend,
his zakat.
please don't
Hold
show.
on, hold on, hold on. Okay, hold on. And then, and whoever will present, whoever will, oh, shut up. Let me read, man. Respect your prophet. And whoever will present it to someone, that person whom will be offered to will say, I am not in need of it. So time will come that people will not need money. That is heaven, my friend. This is fiction. How the world will go in chaos, how people they will kill each other, and then people will not need money. Okay, continue. That's law. Tell the people complete, just shut up. One under construction, high buildings, but we have high buildings since long time ago. Tell a man when passing by a grave of someone will say, would that I were in his place. He wished that to be in his place. You know how there's people do not need money no more, and yet people will not wish to be in the grave. And then until tell the sun rise from the west. So your prophet, he claimed that the sun will rise from the west. So when the sun will rise, the people will see rising from the west. They will all believe, embrace Islam. But that will be the time when Allah said no good will be due to any soul. So which means will not accept to accept Islam no more. Now where hold on, this is the hadith in front of you. All right.
Oh, I'm seeing it.
So if we go by hold on, if we go by your prophet, he said that there's a 30 Dajjal will come first. And then war between two groups will happen. Okay, name for me the 30 Dajjal will happen before Mecca have high buildings. Name the 30 Dajjal.
Okay. First, there's 23 Dajjals already up in the last 50 years.
Name them for me. Name them for me. The 30 Dajjal. They claim to be the Prophet Muhammad.
Google it.
I don't want to call them. You are the one who knows. Tell me who are they? Those three messengers they claim to be the Prophet of Allah.
23 has already appeared.
30 Dajjal, not a 23. Who are they? Who are the 30 Dajjal? Give me the names. Okay, give me the name of the first one.
Go Google it.
I don't know where to go. You're a Muslim. Tell me. Come on. Can't you tell me? Give me one. Who is the one?
Okay, I'll Google it.
Oh, sorry guys, you don't see my screen. I apologize. I just noticed you don't see my screen. So tell me who are they, the 30 Dajjal, because all those things have to happen before the rest will happen. So the first one, too big a group will fight. Well, we have too big a group fought already long time ago. It's called the First World War and the Second World War, and maybe in the future we'll have the Third World War. Now, and then all the people, they will become one religion. Obviously this is not Islam. What is that religion? Christianity. Number 3, till all the people till we have 30 Dajjal. Who are they, the 30 Dajjal? Name one. So as you see here, Abdul, if you look with me, the one about high buildings, it have to happen long after all those lists of things happen, which mean after the two groups after the two group fight, after the 30 Dajjal pass, and then after the religious taken away, which means there's no scholar left, and then after that shut up, earthquake will happen, and then time will pass quickly, which means time will be shortened, and then al-hajr, people will kill each other like in a madness, and then the wealth will be abundant and nobody care for money, and then after all those things like 9 and etc., and then in number 9 they will accomplish high buildings. So what your prophet saying, hold on, what your prophet, he said, he's proven to us that all of this is a lie, because none of the 8 happened before the high buildings. The high buildings already there.
He's not saying this will happen, then that will happen. Then
no, it says that. Read, Abdul, read here, read with me. The judgment day the hour will not be established till number 1, big 2 group fight. Number 2, till etc. Number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. You're a prophet. He put them in order for a reason, supposedly because they will happen in order. Stop. And then when the sun rise, shut up. Let me get you busted. He said when the sun rise from the west, then people will convert to Islam, but that will be too late. So the last thing will happen when the sun rises from the west. Stop lying.
He's not saying
you brought a shame to your prophet. You call me to prove a prophecy. You prove that you are dumb like your prophet.
Oh, you are a big fat liar.
Well, here we go in front of you. It says that the first thing will happen, the first thing, the second thing, and the last thing. The last thing, what is the last thing your prophet has said? What is the last thing will happen? The sun will rise from the west. Do you agree? Do you agree?
Where does he say then that will happen?
It says,
then
here we
will
go,
happen?
and then here read until the sun rise from the west. So when the sun will rise and the people will see it rising from the west, they will all embrace Islam. But that
Yes.
will be the time when Allah said, no good will do a soul believe in them, because this is judgment day. That's it. This is the judgment day. So the judgment day will happen now. When number 11 happened, where the sun rise from the west, and then everybody say, oh Allah, please, we will be Muslim. But then he will say to them, no, it's too late. That's it. So this is the last thing to happen. So you just prove to me, and I want to say thank you, Abdul, for calling me, for proving Muhammad to be a false prophet.
I read, wow, big fat lie. He's not saying it will happen in order.
It says the last thing will happen is what? What is the last thing will happen? Okay, hold on. I have another Abdul trying to call me. Maybe he's smarter than you. Okay. Hello.
Oh, my friend, how are you?
I'm fine, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, my friend.
I heard that your prophet is a prophet these days.
Yes, my friend. Tell me, could I'm just curious to know.
Aren't you the one who called me before? You said you are a friend of Zakir Naik?
You remember me, but why are you blocking me, my friend?
I did not block you. I saw a female calling me. I thought it's a female.
It's the same picture as before, my friend.
I don't know. I did not notice the picture, but I saw the picture later. I saw it's a Muslim calling me, because Muslims, they always call me and they say to me, we like your voice.
it's like Sean Connery.
So let me ask you, are you satisfied with the question you asked me before and the answer, or no?
No. Here was the issue. My friend, I don't want to fight. Can we not fight?
No, it's okay. We can fight. I like fighting. It's okay.
You tell me to shut up all the time. You tell me shut up.
Because you don't let me talk. The second I start answering you, you start taking over the mic and you don't let me talk. So why you call me?
I agree. It's not fair. We must give each other a chance.
All right.
Now, the thing which was concerning me, and in relation to the discussion also, which we need to tackle, Isaiah 7:20, read in conjunction with 2 Samuel 22:11 and Deuteronomy 22 verse 28. More importantly, Isaiah 7:20 read with 2 Samuel 22:11. Can we share that on the screen? And just basically,
no, tell me your conclusion. Tell me your conclusion.
Okay. Well, if you look at Isaiah, you see, you had on your screen about Allah having 2 hands. There's something about that in the hadith. Now, here's the situation. When we talk about anthropomorphic descriptions about God, it is worse in the Old Testament. For example, in Isaiah 7:20, it says that in the same day, God Yahweh shall shave the razor that is hired by them beyond the river. He will shave your head, and he will shave the legs and the private parts, according to the New International Version. Now you check up. I'm not lying. In the New International Version, it speaks about Yahweh describing him as shaving the legs and the private parts of a person. If you take that into conjunction with
okay, and how the Christian explain, and how the Christians, oh, hold on, and how the Christian explained that to you? Be honest with me.
Well, okay, I'll be honest with you. The vast majority of Christians that I've asked and questioned have had no explanation to this, because clearly this is a ludicrous, stupid. It's stupid. It presents Yahweh going around shaving people's heads and shaving people's legs. So if you're going to criticize Islam, what's in the hadith or what's in the second,
no, you can't criticize. No, we can't criticize. No, you see, when I show you something stupid in your religion, I go by your interpretation. I don't fabricate my own. Okay.
I accept the point, but when I accept the point, you can criticize Islam, and you have the right to do that. But when we find more rubbish descriptions about Yahweh in the Old Testament, then what do we do?
First of all, when you say rubbish, that's your rubbish understanding.
Well, I can say the same thing for you. It's your rubbish
no, my friend. No, this is not up to you. We can go right now and we can see any commentary about what this verses mean, and you will see that you are wrong and doesn't say what you are claiming to say. So what you Muslims do, you fabricate your own interpretation and you claim your own claim, but you cannot prove what you claim. Now, I want to ask you, can you show me one interpretation agree with what you said to me?
I can show you many. If you look at Peake's Bible commentary, If you look, for example, at the King James Version, but more particularly Peake's Bible commentary, it concedes that there's an anthropomorphic interpretation
Hold on,
of
hold on,
God.
hold on. This is the interpretation. This is the interpretation. This is the interpretation. This is the interpretation in front of me. Where in front of you? I just I did search a web in Google. I did not even read the article yet, and it's in front of you. Show me where in this article it says what you said.
No, I get the original. I've got the Bible. I can't show you
the Bible. You have to prove what you said to me. Okay, hold on. My friend. So we have our interpretation. Who ruled over those beyond the river? The head and their hair and the feet shall be also consume the beard. This is not what you claim. This is not what you claim. You are a liar, my friend. You are a liar. You are a liar. You are making things as not there. This is a shame of you to fabricate a story. You know, it's a shame that Muslims, when I say something to you, I show you Sahih al-Bukhari, I show you at-Tabari, I show al-Jalalain, and we will see that this is what the Muslims agree. Now, when I show you that Allah, He have two hands in the right side, is that true or I'm lying?
Yeah. No, it's a lie.
It's a lie. So why it's a lie?
Because the Quran does not contain that.
Okay, so you are saying your prophet commit a lie and he said Allah, He have two hands in the right side.
I'm saying the report cannot be accurately traced back to the prophet.
So why you are saying that this hadith is not sahih? Is that correct?
You see, this is the problem, Mr. Christian Prince. Even if something is contained in Sahih Bukhari, there are various categorizations within Bukhari, within Muslim, and we debate this for so many years, and you can't get it.
Okay, let me ask you. Do your God Allah have hands? Yes or no?
No, He does not.
Where you get this from?
Surah Ikhlas.
Okay, let me ask you. You said you are a friend of Zakir Naik, correct?
Yes.
Okay, this Zakir Naik said that Allah have a hands and He have a body.
Did Zakir Naik say? I can't remember.
I don't care if you remember or not. I'm saying to you, if Zakir Naik, he said that, are you willing to say right now, and you claim that you are a friend of Zakir Naik, are you willing to say that Zakir Naik is a scumbag liar lying about Allah?
I'm going to say that Zakir Naik does represent the Salafi view. And according to some of
my friend, don't tell me he represent. You are the one who said to me, by the way, I am a friend of Zakir Naik. Suddenly you don't want to friend him no more. So do you agree with Zakir Naik or you don't agree with Zakir Naik? Yes or no?
Can you show me where he said Allah has two hands?
No problem. No,
show me
he did not say Allah have two hands on the right side. He said Allah have a body, and this is what I said to you. Allah have a body, Allah have hands, Allah he said that. He said that. What if I show you what you will do?
Then I'll agree that that's what he said. But can you show me what he said?
But no problem. I mean, so why he is saying that if this is what he said?
But why are we talking about Zakir Naik? You're running away from the Bible.
I'm not running away. I'm not running away because you are the one who mentioned to me. You see, you said to me, hold on. You said to me, by the way, if you want to debate Zakir Naik, I am a friend of him. So are you okay? So are you better than Zakir Naik in knowledge? When you mentioned to me, when you mentioned to me that you are holding the skirt of Zakir Naik, if Zakir Naik is not a scholar for you, why you are mentioning his name to debate me?
I never said he's not a scholar. I'm saying I could have arranged to debate with you.
That's good. That's good. So Zakir Naik, okay, let's go back to zero. Zakir Naik, he said Allah has hands. Are you against that?
Did he say that? Can you show me where he said that?
Okay, hold on.
Okay. But what about God shaving people's legs in 2 Samuel?
This is not what it says. This is not what read the interpretation. Don't waste my time. Don't be a liar. I showed you the interpretation. You are official liar like your prophet.
So
hold on.
Does God use
hold on. Shut up. You see, this is why I blocked you before, because you talk too much. You talk too much, but you say nothing. Hold on. I want you to promise me in the front of everybody, if I play for you Zakir Naik saying what I just said, are you willing to say Zakir Naik is a deceiver?
I'm willing to say that Zakir Naik is wrong.
What do you mean wrong? He's lying or he is wrong?
wrong in terms of his understanding. That's what I'm willing to say.
So
I mean, why
you
must
are
somebody
willing to
come
say,
back? Why must
okay,
you
okay.
insult
Are
people?
you
Why
willing
must
to
I
give me?
insult
Are you willing to give me your real name so we can put it under the video? Says the guy, his name, etc. He is a friend of Zakir Naik, saying Zakir Naik is wrong. Are you willing to do that?
Zakir Naik knows who I am. He knows my voice. I mean, I don't have to
No
give my
problem.
name.
So why you don't give
He can
your? I mean,
explain.
you are a Pakistani boy, and you are, you are not worried, right?
I can put it on writing. I can put it on writing.
There,
If Zakir
we will
Naik
Shut
crave
up.
to
said
see
that,
the
Shut
word of
up.
I can
Allah.
tell
Shut
you.
up.
Prophet.
Shut up. Let us play
Wrong.
Zakir Naik. Shut up.
Always
That
tell me shut
Shut
up.
up.
Say him.
Allah, we'd like to see.
You
So,
shut up.
Listen to Zakir Naik getting you busted, Abdul. Listen.
Allah has a body, but not
And
like
God
you and
shaved
man.
your legs.
Shut up.
God shaved your
Shut
head.
up. You see, you're ashamed. You're ashamed. You're ashamed. Same.
Legs.
You see, we believe that God, He created Adam in His image. You Muslim, you say God is not a man, but then we find that Allah is an octopus. Allah have two hands in the right side. And when we say to you, this is a hadith, you say to me, it is not sahih. The hadith in the front of me said this is sahih hadith, and you try to get away with it. Why you Muslim, you say it is sahih if it's not sahih? Now listen, shut up. You see, this is why I hang up on you, because you don't let me talk. Let me play Zakir Naik and everybody will laugh. Shut up. Here we go.
There, we will crave to see the wajh of Allah. Our Prophet said, the face of Allah, we'd like to see. So,
Don't call me. Wait. Let us play the file. Shame on you.
has a body, but not like you and mine.
Allah has a body, but not like you and mine. Did you hear it? Allah have a body. Who said that? Your friend, brother. So you Muslim, you have a body of God, but your God have no spirit. This is how shameful this religion is. They say to us how you worship a man, but their God have a body, and he have two hands, and he is funny, and he looks stupid. Don't call me now. I have to play first the rest of Zakir Naik. We want to laugh, my Abdul. Come on, show respect.
Allah says in the Quran in Surah Shura chapter 5 to verse number 11, there's nothing whatever like Allah. He hears and sees.
Nothing like Allah, brother. Nothing like Allah. Who care? Nothing like me too. Even science proved that nothing like my finger, nothing like my skin. Every human being is different. He have a different DNA. Every human being. Does that mean we are God? No.
There, we will crave to
I'm not sure why the file is freezing. Let us see what's happening.
see the wajh of Allah. Our Prophet said, the face of Allah, we'd like to see. So, Allah has a body, but not like you and mine. Allah says in the Quran in Surah Shura chapter 5 to verse number 11, there's nothing whatever like Allah. He hears and sees, but he doesn't hear like you and me. For you and me require ear to hear. Allah, how he hears? Allah Alam.
Allah
He sees. We require eyes to see. Allah, how does he see? Allah Alam. So,
we showed you the other scholar who says, yes, Allah have eyes. Remember? Allah have hands, Allah have eyes, and this is all what the Muslim scholar they say. And now we show you that Allah have two hands on the right side, and the Muslim try to deny it. But this is what it says, sahih. It says sahih. This is not a weak hadith. So you claim that this is not a true. Zakir Naik got you busted, and here's your friend. And then Zakir Naik continue and says, Yalla, yes, Allah have a hands. Yes, let us hear what he will say about hands.
so Allah is there. He has a form. How it is? Allah Alam. He has a hand. Yes, Quran says that.
He have a hands. Yes, Quran says that. Do you hear it? He have hands. Yes, Quran says that. He have hands. How we know where the hands of Allah located is not from Zakir Naik. Zakir Naik himself, he will read what Muhammad said. Who is Zakir Naik anyway to teach us where is Allah or who is Allah? He will learn from his prophet. And this is your prophet saying that Allah, he have two hands, and both of them they are right hands. So in order to avoid the madness and the stupidity of this cult, you say to me this hadith is not accepted. Since when? Doesn't say in the same screen I'm showing you, it says sahih. The game of weak and da'if, even by the way, even da'if one is accepted, even the da'if, which means weak. But as you see, this one is sahih, considered by the Muslim scholar themselves, published, printed by the Muslim themselves, written, copy, memorized by the Muslim themselves. It is sahih. Now let me call you back so we can laugh. Answer Balbula. What happened? What happened? Your internet is bad now? Zakir Naik is, he cursed you? Let me call you again. Look like his internet is bad. Call me if your internet is good, my friend. Fix your internet. This is what Islam is about, and we are laughing. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, my friend. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
You still a Muslim?
Mm-hmm.
How come? What happened? Did you see a doctor?
No, come on.
Okay, what do you think about Allah having two hands on the right side?
No, I don't want to discuss this right now.
It's not up to you, my friend. This is our topic. We cannot change the topic just because this is not a grocery store. You grab whatever you want on the shelf. So what do you want to say about Allah having two hands on the right side of him? Do you think Allah have a birth defect?
Hey, show me where it says he has two.
It's in the front of you. This is the hadith in the front of you, my friend. Go ahead.
Okay. I think you're taking it too literally.
I am not the one who's taking it literally. I just played for you Prophet Zakir Naik, peace upon him, saying, yes, Allah have a hand, Allah have bodies.
Yeah, but his hand may not be the same as our hands.
No, sure, no problem, my friend. My hands is not like your hands too. Trust me. I have a very nice hands. Actually, I got a job just to to work as a handyman. This is why I have a nice hand. Does that mean I am God?
In any religious book, and that says
my friend, all your scholars agree that Allah have a physical body. Allah have a physical body. This is your prophet saying that, my friend. Okay, let me ask you. Did your prophet did your prophet says that Allah have a shape? Yes or no?
Have a what?
Shape.
Shape? Yes, it does.
Okay, what shape? What is the shape of Allah?
I don't. It doesn't say it has a specific shape. It just says he has a shape. It can change.
So now we agree, me and you, that Allah have a physical shape.
It can come in different shapes.
What does that mean?
God,
what
so
was that?
Can do whatever
Did you watch the movie? It's called the Transformer.
Yeah.
Okay, your God, Allah the Transformer. What is that?
So what is your problem with the God changing?
Well, my
shape?
problem is not that. My problem that your God Allah is not a spirit, and He have a physical being, which means He's dead. How He is a body, but yet He don't have a spirit, which means He don't have a life, because the spirit is about having a life. So your God.
Where does it say He doesn't have a spirit?
See, here we go. Muslims. How old are you?
17.
You are 17. You want me to believe you?
I'm being serious.
Huh?
Yes.
You are 17.
Yes.
Okay, let your dad call me. Let us call the older guy, the Pakistani boy. Yes, Abdul, how are you? Are you there?
I'm not Abdul.
Oh, you are the same person. Why you are calling me back? Oh,
you called me.
Oh, sorry, by mistake, my friend. I thought I'm calling you are not a Muslim?
Yes, we just talked.
Oh, okay, sorry, by mistake, actually, sorry. You are 17 years old, actually, I want to call the older guy. Where is the older guy? Hold on. Okay, so did you hear your brother Zakir Naik, your best friend? Did you take lunch and dinner together with Zakir Naik, or you are making things up?
No, at all. You can ask him. He was in Dong.
What's your name? I want to ask him. What's your name? I want to ask him.
I must give my name.
Why not? Why not? Is that a secret? I cannot show my face because I am like Allah. What's wrong?
But you're not. You're like, yeah.
Let me ask you. When Zakir Naik he said that. Why Zakir Naik? Not of those thousands of people listening. Nobody said to them, "You are a liar. Shame on you."
Listen to me. Can I basically answer something?
Okay.
There is an but you cut me. You shut up. You tell me shut up.
No, I cut you only when you are trying to take over me. Don't let me talk. You ask me a question, you don't let me answer you. So go ahead, I'm listening. Why Zakir Naik he said that? And why you Muslims don't why you Muslim you bring him a TV station to teach your children wrong if he is wrong?
You see, can I answer? You see, sometimes when you ask a question about a Muslim asks you a question about Islam, you answer them from the Quran. A Muslim asks you a question about Christianity, you answer them from the Quran. Now, similarly, all I can say is you're asking me now about the shape that we have. I'm saying that Zakir Naik, for example, whatever he said is no worse than what was contained in my original discussion in 2 Samuel 22 verse 11, which describes Yahweh as a dragon. Now, here's a point. For example, in 2 Samuel 22:11, dealing with the issue of Zakir Naik about having a face, there it speaks about Yahweh, smoke came out of his nostrils and devouring fire with his mouth, and he flew and he rode over a cherub.
Can you keep your mouth a little bit from the mic so I can understand you, because your voice is coming muffled. I can't even understand what you are saying. Can you keep your distance? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What I was saying, what Zakir Naik was saying basically about Allah having a shape, but it's not like, for example, how humans are. We don't conceptualize it. All of that is no worse and what was contained in 2 Samuel 22 verse 11, which describes Yahweh as a dragon. There, for example, it says smoke came out of his nostrils, devouring fire from his mouth, Yahweh's mouth, and Yahweh rode up a little cherub.
Okay, hold on. You see, I know what the Muslims do. Okay, you said your part. Let me say my part. Let me say my part. First of all the interpretation you give us is false and fiction does not exist.
That is your Bible. What is in the Bible?
This is in the Bible, yes, but this is not what you are saying. You are a false man. If we go and read the interpretation, we will see something different. The same as you said to me about the rosa. You are a fake man. You Muslims, you have no dignity.
How come you can put it?
The point is, when I speak about your God, I show you what you Muslims says about your God, not what I think. When you speak to me about the Bible, you say what you think about what the Bible says, not what we think. And shut up. Hold on.
Let me talk afterwards.
No, I heard you. Now, when you're a prophet, he say Allah have 2 hands in the right side. I want you to get your prophet busted. Why Muhammad he said that?
No, but that cannot be the point you're trying to understand. For example, many of the Mufassir, Ibn Hajar Asqalani. You heard of Ibn Hajar Asqalani?
I heard him. Yeah, we used to be together in the school. What about him?
Ibn Hajar Asqalani was the commentator for Sahih al-Bukhari. You never even heard of him. He basically goes and explains. Ibn Hajar Asqalani, have you never heard of him?
My friend, if I show you, okay,
you've never heard of Ibn Hajar.
Abdul, if I show you, okay, let me ask you. In a second, I will get you busted. If I show, so do you accept Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani interpretation for anything you like?
Can I explain my point?
No, don't explain. No, you just mentioned to me Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. So can we prove? Hold on. Can we use Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani and you accept whatever he say? Yes or no?
Can I answer? Please don't shut me down.
No, I'm not shutting you down. You are the one who mentioned to me a name of a scholar. I'm asking you. Do you mention his? Hold on. I'm saying to you. Do you accept this scholar to be your guidance of his scholarship or no?
Ibn Hajar has basically been accepted as a mainstream scholar, but a lot of them use Israeliyat. You must understand that the commentators were writing
now Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani is a Jew. Here we go. He used Israeliyat. So when you want, he is a Jew. When you want, he is a Jew. You see, when you want, you just said that Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. Shut up. You see, you don't let me talk, man. You see, guys, the cowardness. He just mentioned to me Ibn al-Hajar al-Asqalani. He said you never heard of him. I am the one who taught Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. He is an idiot like you. And when I say to you, do you accept what this guy he says? Suddenly you said to me, oh, he used sometimes Israeliyat, which means he used the Jews' speeches. He's a liar. So he is a truthful when you want. He is a Jew when you want. Hypocrites. Did you hear about Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani? Yeah, I heard about him. He's a scumbag. I can show you things he said. You will die laughing. So again, Mr. Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, do you accept Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani or you don't?
I do.
So whatever he say, you accept?
Not necessarily. I have my right to. He's not Quran. Do you accept that? Do you accept that Yahweh wrote on a cherub? Do you accept that?
Abdul, we don't accept your interpretation. You see, we don't accept your interpretation. The problem is you yourself, you don't accept the interpretation of your own scholars. This is the problem. You mentioned to me a scholar, but you don't want him no more.
Okay, what's your interpretation on 2 Samuel 22:11? What's your interpretation that he wrote on a cherub, smoke came out of his mouth like a dragon, and he basically flew over the winds, God Yahweh? I mean, how can this particular description be that of God?
First of all, the same as I showed you the interpretation for the first one, we can show you the second interpretation, and people will laugh at you. Secondly,
prove it.
Oh, no, it's not about prove it. You see, let me tell you what you do. Let me tell you what you do. You are trying to avoid the madness of your prophet, speaking about your prophet, your God have two hands in the right hand. They try to make it switch about the Bible because you're ashamed of this. When we say to you, you call me, no. Everybody is laughing what you just say. People, they can type in 2 seconds in Google the verses you mentioned, and they will laugh at you. You are a certified liar. Now listen. When I challenge you, I prove what I say, and I show you the interpretation of Muslims. Can you show me the interpretation of the Christians about what you say? They claim what you say, you cannot. Because you're a liar. Because you are a liar. Okay, let us do this. Okay, hold on. No. Before you go, let us. No, you are the one who's afraid. I promise you. Hold on, donkey. Hold on, donkey. Hold on. I promise you. After we finish this one, we will go to the verse you want. Deal?
Okay.
Now, you said to me 2 Samuel, right?
2 Samuel 22. Okay. 8, 9, 10, and 11.
All right. After we finish that, we will go there. Now, explain to me what's happening.
So can we go to that now? Why are you afraid to go there, my friend?
We will go there. What's wrong with you? We will go there, brother. We will go there, brother. Brother, we go there. You said 2 Samuel. Let us take a note. 2 Samuel what?
2 Samuel 22, 8, 9, 10, and 11. David's song of deliverance.
After we finish here, we go there. Now your mic. Explain to me. Explain to me. Okay, we will go there. We will go there. Explain to me.
Don't be ashamed of the Bible.
Abdul, you are a potato. You are trying to avoid to speak about the madness of your prophet. Now explain to us why your prophet lying about your God have a body and he have 2 hands in the right side.
The Quran comes from the Prophet ﷺ, and the Hadith are questionable, which speaks about that. What happened is some of the Arabs had an anthropomorphic concept of God, and so they basically believed in that. The problem that we need to understand, if you look at Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, and let's assume for the sake of argument that we go with him, most of the Muslim commentators would say, for example, Zamakhshari, Tafsir Kabir of Fakhruddin Razi. I don't know if you're familiar with these. They all would say that it is metaphorical, for example, that the language is allegorical, like muhkamat mutashabihat. So why can't, if you can, for example, say that the biblical verses are metaphorical.
Give me interpretation so we can, give me an interpretation we can read it from, my friend.
Tafsir Kabir of Fakhruddin Razi.
Tafsir al-Razi. You accept al-Razi?
Tafsir Kabir of Fakhruddin Razi.
Okay, do you accept al-Razi? Are you sure?
Are you familiar with that?
Okay, do you accept al-Razi, my friend?
Razi was Mu'tazilite, but I accept his commentary.
My friend, so do you accept al-Razi? Say yes, because I want to be sure that you will not say no later.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Yes,
this is al-Razi in front of you in the screen.
That's not Razi. It's not in the website.
Okay,
Razi
hold on.
is not the website.
Razi is a website. What I will do, I will jump in your lab. What's wrong with you? What do you mean Razi is not a website? It's a book.
You see, I'll tell this. Let me explain. The last time you said you showed me Muqatil ibn Sulaiman, you remember that point? I checked up the website. That website does not have Muqatil. So you showed me something in Arabic.
Abdul, no, it have Muqatil. You are a liar. Here we go. Let me show you Muqatil again. What are you? Shut up. Muqatil is here. Here we go. Hold on. You are a certified liar. Now you said to me Al-Razi, you cannot take it back because I'm going to make you ashamed of Al-Razi.
Tafsir Kabir. Show me Tafsir Kabir.
Tafsir Kabir. This is Tafsir al-Kabir in front of you.
Show me. Where is it? I don't know. Where's the proof?
It's in the screen. Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it?
Hold on. Is it وَمِنْهُمْ مَيْ
Abdul,
Tafsir
do you see Tafsir al-Razi? Do you see it in the screen? Yes or no?
Can you highlight? It's not clear on my screen, my brother. Wait, وَمِنْهُمْ مَيْ يَقُولُ أَنذَرْ.
No, don't read it. I did not go to any verse. But do you see it says Tafsir al-Razi in Arabic? Yes or no?
No. Just highlight it. You highlight normally. Show us
here. Do you see it? Tafsir al-Razi.
Yeah, but wait. Highlight it. Can't you highlight?
Abdul, the book name. Do you see the book name? Do you agree? This is the book name.
Where about? Can you point out the arrow? Show me where.
I'm showing you in the order. People, they can see it.
Yeah, I see that. Yes, okay. I see.
So now we agree that this is the book of Al-Razi. Hold on. So we go to book of Al-Razi, and you said the Razi is your scholar, correct? All right. So whatever Al-Razi he says, we have to accept. Al-Razi is all knowledgeable. Let us see what Al-Razi says.
Surah Al Imran.
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
3 verse 7.
This is Al-Razi. Hold on. This is Al-Razi. Al-Razi saying that you're a prophet, saying that the Quran is saying that the women, she have a sperm coming from their ribs and the man have a sperm coming from the backbone. No, hold on, because this is Al-Razi. I want to show everybody in a second how you will change your mind about Al-Razi, how hypocrite you are. Either you accept him or you not accept him. And then look what he said. Hold on. He said it clearly. This is how the man is created. There's a water coming from the backbone of the man, and the water coming from the ribs of the women, and then when those two they mix, they will make a baby. Do you agree with that?
My brother, can I explain to that? Let's go to the verse.
Read.
Can I read the? Hold on. Give me a chance to read, so I can go step by step.
In front of you. Here we go.
If you look at
let me. Okay. Here we go. I will highlight and you read for me.
Can I read, my brother? Can I read first, and then we go.
Read. Go ahead.
فَلْيَنْظُرُ الْإِنسَانَ مِمَّا خُلِقَ مِنْ مَاءٍ دَافِقٍ يَخْرُجُ مِنْ بَيْنِ الصُّلْبِ وَالتَّرَائِبِ. And the word is, the plural noun is tara'ib. Now we need to basically determine what tara'ib means. Most of the classical commentators like
Abdul, continue. It says don't stop. Why you stop? Translate, please. Translate. Read and translate.
I'm translating. According to Taj al-Arus, tara'ib means a pelvic arch.
It says there Taj al-Arus. It says there the word Taj al-Arus in front of you.
Taj al-Arus means pelvic arch.
Abdul, does it say there Taj al-Arus?
No.
So why you are going out? Hold on. So we look at this. Look at this madness. Hold on. You just said you accept this guy whatever he say. Here we go. This guy in the front of you. Why you are adding words is not there. Just say what it says there exactly and translate for us. Translate for us.
Can I? Want me to translate?
Translate what is highlighted. Translate what is highlighted.
دفق الماء يدفق إذا انصب الرابع صاحب الماء لما كان دفق الطلق. You see, you made it blank again. دفق الطلق ذلك على الماء على سبيل المجاز. المسيرة الثانية قري صلبي بقى حيدا والصحابي بطنفين وفيه الرب اللغات صلب وصلب المسالة ثالثة غوانب المراء عظام صراحة حيث تكون الولادة. Am I right? My Arabic is very good.
This is your Arabic now? I get dizzy. I understand nothing of what you say, but translate to us. Let us see if you understand what
but you know Arabic, and you know that ta'arib means pelvic arch. Why are you running away from that?
What is ta'arib? What?
Ta'arib, the word that people are confusing is the word is what ta'arib.
Okay, what ta'arib is?
Now, listen to me. Listen. You must also listen to, because you raised the question. I never talking about God being like a dragon in the Bible.
Here we go.
Going to Surah 86. You ran away from that.
Answer.
You ran away from the God the dragon, and you came to Surah 86. I'm sorry.
Abdul, read what your scholar he said. Does it say that at-tara'ib is idhamu sadri al-mar'a? Yes or no? And it is the location, and it is the location of the necklace. Yes or no? Is it that?
Listen to me. According to the commentators utilizing Taj al-Uruz.
What commentator? What commentator? You choose one for me already. This is the one you choose for me. Why you are running away from him? Aren't you the one who said to me, this is the scholar I like?
Razi, Fakhruddin Razi, what does he say? He says pelvic arch. So what is wrong with that? But the point
he says
is,
what? He says what? He says what? He said what?
Pelvic arch.
What arch? He said, Abdul, stop being stupid. It says tara'ibul mar'a idhamu sadriha. Does it say that?
Tara'ibul
mar'a idhamu sadriha. The tara'ib is the bones of the ribs of the women, and it is specifically haythu takunu al-qilada. Let me teach you Arabic. You funny speaking Arabic person.
No.
Does it say that in the front of you?
My brother, listen to me. Now
I am not your brother. I am not your brother. And now you are a brother of the devil because you are lying. It's in the front of you. It's in the front of you, and you are lying. Does it say there? This is the location of the necklace. Yes or no?
It doesn't say. It says pelvic arch.
Okay, hold on. If I copy right now in the front of everybody, and I go to Google Translation, do you accept? Challenge.
To copy Tara'ib.
I will copy the whole sentence. I will copy the whole sentence. You are a scumbag. You have no dignity. You have no dignity. And not only that, let me show you a surprise. Shut up, you comedy. Do you see why I hang up on you? I don't respect you. You are a scam like your prophet. It's in the front of our eyes, and yet he says it doesn't say that. And not only that, you're a stupid Al-Razi. He said that the sperm of the man is coming from his brain. Read with me carefully and laugh, you idiot donkey. This is your Al-Razi, and so I'm sure now, after now, he will never mention Al-Razi again to be a scholar. Read with me. He says, he's trying to explain why he want to say that the sperm is coming from the brain. He says the many come from nerves, or let us say a tube, which is for the sperm, which is go around itself next to the two eggs, which mean, like, I think he's saying the balls. And then he says, and if they mean that the sperm is coming from there, that is stupid. This is da'if. He don't agree with it, because the advance or the sense or the logic says that this cannot be true. But most of the logic, or most of the parts which help to make the baby come to be exist, is the sperm coming from the brain. Hold on, don't call me, please. The sperm is coming from the brain, and the brain is the one who inherit, and then it goes to an-nukha, which means the nerves inside the bones, and that is a sulb. So he's saying to you that when the Quran speaks that the sperm of the man coming from the sulb, which means the backbone, you know, see what they call it, this the spine. So the Quran is saying that the sperm of the man is coming from the spine. He says yes, it's coming from the spine, but in fact it's coming from the brain. I will copy. Let me open Google Translation so people will not say I'm making things up. See, now he don't want Al-Razi no more. Suddenly Al-Razi is bad.